Let us take a trip back in time. The year is 2013. We are in Eastern Europe. Not that far east. A young camp is on YouTube watching different Modern Warfare 3 videos when suddenly he sees a video for a game by Hi-Rez Studios. It's a MOBA. A genre that has not fit the young camp due to the point and click type of gameplay. But this is not like those games. We are talking third-person camera angles, skill shots, and mythological characters. Many Call of Duty content creators begin to talk about this game. Steve Schwint, Spoonerism, iPwn for Hire, and this one guy named MLC Stealth, who just suddenly disappeared from the COD scene.
What's going on, guys? It's your buddy MLC Stealth, and today we have a gameplay on Fallen, where we get a Moab.
Thus, our protagonist opts to apply for the beta. 6 months pass, and the day is here. The gates are open. And holy shit is this game fun. Getting on the game every day with friends. 12-hour sessions, Conquest, Arena, trying out new gods. None of us had any idea as to what the fuck we were actually doing, but that didn't matter. But what game has this effect? Why, it's Smite, of course. But what actually is Smite? Allow me to explain. I have to preface this video by saying that I have a love-hate relationship with Smite, with the feelings swinging more towards the latter. Therefore, this video is sectioned roughly into 3 parts: an overview, a rant, and an open letter to the devs, where I talk about my hopes and wishes for the game and the community. Smite is a third-person multiplayer online battle arena game, which means that it's a rip-off of a game that is a rip-off of a game that is a standalone sequel to a popular Warcraft 3 mod, but with a third-person camera angle. In Smite, Battleground of the Gods, not this one, you control mythological deities from the ancient world, such as Zeus, Thor, Ares, Ra, Anubis, King Arthur, and Merlin, because, you know, they're gods. There are multiple different game modes in Smite. Arena, Joust, Assault, Clash, and that one game mode that everyone praises and won't shut the fuck up about, which is also why it's the least played. Right? Kind of reminds me of another, removed, game mode that everyone praises. Let's begin with the most popular mode. Arena is a 5v5 game mode in which both teams need to escort minions into the opposing team's portal. This deducts tickets from the opposing team. Killing enemy players deducts 5. What this game mode boils down to is essentially a giant clusterfuck in which there are constant teamfights with relatively little strategy involved. Nothing but primal instincts required.
Master will be happy.
Kill the big man.
Dead. Fuck this. Get him. Get him. Next are the 2 semi-conquest game modes, Clash and Siege. Clash is a mode with 2 lanes, towers, and a titan in the end. The goal is simple, kill the big cunt. Siege is similar to Clash, except it's 4v4. Has a much larger jungle and a portal in the home base that lets you teleport to the juggernauts who spawn based off of the amount of minions killed or by killing the wild juggernaut in the middle of the map. Now, the average Siege Intermediate Masters player will tell you that this mode is the peak of Smite gameplay, which is exactly why games consistently end before the 10-minute mark, before it's even possible to surrender. Fucking 8:49! God, I hate the circle jerk around this mode. It's complete ass. Joust is the 3v3 and 1v1 map of the game. 1 lane, jungle, and snowballing.
Shit! Oh my god!
The reason there are 2 versions of this game mode is because, in addition to the 3v3s, there is a ranked 1v1 game mode called Please Kill Me. Now, if it seems like I'm glossing over most of this, then that's because I am. Smite is a live game that is constantly evolving, so I want to reduce the amount of information that might become redundant down the line, and simply focus on things that will most likely stay the same. Also, if I went into full detail with all the modes, we'd be here forever. To learn more about the modes, there is a Learn tab in the game with guides on the different modes. That will give you a basic rundown of the core principles. Conquest is the core and most competitive mode. 5v5, massive jungle, 3 lanes, Gold Fury, Fire Giant, and questionable teammates.
We went to the wrong side, you moron.
Are we actually?
Yeah, we're going to the left side. Oh god.
Get the fuck out of my lane.
So, after I started working on this video and gathering the clips, I had a realization. I am definitely not qualified to provide any kind of information regarding the meta or Conquest in general. Okay, I'm guessing I need to max my 2 first, right?
I'm guessing you do, Camp. I'm guessing you do.
Oh my god, why so good?
No, that was rude. That was rude.
Did you just say you need to max your 2?
Yes.
I'm dipping, boys.
It has been at least a year since the last time I kept up with this game, and with a brand new season, I have no idea what to expect from the meta or the items, nor do I really care. This video has taken me way too fucking long, and as much as I would like to chalk it up to just real life responsibilities, other priorities, and making it the best video I have ever made, that's honestly only a half-truth. The other half is that I just can't stand editing this game. I do, however, feel like I want to get my point of view out there, because there is a lot of stuff that bugs me about this game, and it's not just the bugs.
This world is in trouble.
We can't let this happen. They need our help.
It took Ang 10 seconds to realize that this place is fucked. This is where the rant section of the video comes in. I won't be listing every single gripe or problem I have with this game, because I don't want this video to drag on to be any longer than it has to be. Instead, for a more accurate deep dive on issues surrounding this game and Hi-Rez, I suggest checking out a Wild Deathstroke series on this subject.
Why don't we go over something everyone likes? Money. Hi-Rez especially love money. It's a large reason as to why they do the things they do. One of these things includes the addition of chests.
One of the most glaring issues for me is probably the monetization. There is definitely no shortage when it comes to new skins and ways of spending money in this game. Season 8 just launched, and where there were problems with servers, there were zero issues with spending 7.8k gems or $100 as soon as it dropped. Now, I was going to talk about the abundance of different events all going on at the same time and how it will cost you like $400 a year to keep up with all the cosmetics added to this game, but truth be told, I really don't care whether or not people actually spend money on this game. It honestly doesn't faze me. If people want to buy loot boxes, skins, bundles, and participate in the so-called events, then it's up to them. I do, however, consider it a fucking detriment to society how they have created a season pass. Not to be confused with the battle pass, a slightly lesser scam. But what is the season pass? Well, the season pass is something that you can buy to unlock all of the gods for the respective season, which lasts... Why is it so fucking difficult? Which lasts... A season lasts the entire year. Fucking nailed it. This bundle is very clearly marketed towards new players who don't have all the gods. In addition to all of the gods that are released in that season, you also get some cosmetics for them, like a skin for each god, which is a recolor or ascended, as Hi-Rez likes to call it, a title that no one even looks at, a loading frame that offers absolutely nothing of value, and 1000 gems to spend on other scams. All of this could be yours for 35 euros. Bear in mind that if you already own the god pack, you don't get a discount. You still need to pay 35 bucks for some recolors, emotes, and pointless fluff. For reference, the ultimate god pack, which unlocks 100 plus gods, both current and future releases, and refunds all favor spent on unlocking gods, not gems though, come on, this ain't a fucking charity, costs 24 euros. I'll let you decide on which one is actually worth. Boy, oh boy, here we go. Let's talk about balance. That one thing that seems to exist merely as some afterthought, only to be accessed when the new Afro skin is finished. Some gods are ridiculously stupid and have been for years. With 100 plus gods, it is understandable to an extent that some gods are going to be stronger than others. But Hi-Rez's balance is so mismanaged that there isn't a single set of patch notes that doesn't make me go, why? What is the point? Where did this come from? Why is Nox still in the game? So let's look at a few examples of poor balancing. The amount of CC in this game is absolutely insane. Like 95% of the gods in this game have some form of hard CC, whether it be a stun, a knockup, or a root, with no penalty. And the ones that don't aren't played. When a new god comes out, they have a severely bloated kit that does 75 different things and just breaks the game for like a month before anything is done about it. And I also mentioned this in the Heimdallr video. There is not a single game that you go into where you aren't getting completely fucked by CC. But that's the CC problem. Here's another problem. Catering rather than teaching. Let me explain. Xbalanque, a hunter, his ultimate, Darkest Nights. One of the most unique ults in the game. Here's what it did. Xbalanque shrouds enemies in darkness for 3 seconds. During the time, Xbalanque's basic attack range and his movement speed are increased. This ability used to have a stun as well. A conditional stun. Basically, this massive clock counts down. If you were to be moving at the time that the final slab hit, then you would be stunned. So why did they remove that? Seems like a simple concept, right? You see the last one is about to hit, you stop moving for a split second, and you don't get stunned. Why did they remove it? I'll let Pon explain.
Get really even. Like, you can make it a slightly bigger in range, but it creates some weirdness.
Right.
And so what we decided to go for was removing the stun on this ability. It's one of those things where in Smite you generally understand things that are happening to you,
Yes.
right? Like, if you get Circuit poisoned and you die and you see an explosion, you see the explosion effect go to other characters, you can kind of understand what the ability did, even if you don't know the exact things that's like true damage. This was one of those things where if you didn't explicitly read the text of Xbalanque, you really weren't going to figure this out on your own.
That's true.
Like, if you weren't actually reading it, how are you going to learn to stop moving specifically right then when that timer was going down?
They decided to remove an easily avoidable conditional CC because people couldn't read.
I fail to see the logic here.
I could understand removing the movement speed because you already have insane range on autos. This ability has been the same since the fucking beta. How do you think the rest of us figured out how to avoid the stun? Here's the thought. In order to create an account for the game, you need to agree to the terms of service, right? You need to confirm that you have read and understand the TOS. Not only did these people lie about reading the terms of service, they lied about being able to read in the first place. Here's a solution for you. Ullr. Let's talk about the Scandinavian piece of shit. Ullr is a powerhouse. He is also a stance switcher, which gives him 6 abilities, but no ult. Now, some time ago, he received a minor, just a little, barely noticeable buff to his entire kit.
Mana costs.
Reduced.
Damage scaling.
Bump up those numbers, boys.
Axe throw delay.
Reduced.
Do we also speed up the actual animation so that it won't look like the axe is coming out of his ass?
No need.
But it would really help with clarity and overall polish.
A minor inconvenience.
Why are we even buffing him?
I am not having fun. Now, why did they do all of this? Well, some argue that it was to increase Odyssey sales, because Ullr was receiving a tier 5. What Hi-Rez said was that this was to bring him to more success. He had the lowest damage, ran out of mana, and Thrown Axe did not match his animations. Let us dissect. Not enough damage. Okay, maybe. Depending on whether this is actual damage or based off of how many people actually hit their abilities. Ran out of mana. He has 6 abilities. If you spam them, of course you are going to run out. Here's an idea. Degenerate! Thrown Axe did not match his animation. And this does?
Throwing is commencing.
Yep, it's coming out of your ass. Nice job, Hi-Rez. Alright, let's close this video out with some other thoughts. Smite is an okay game, but it has the potential to be an amazing one. But rather than focus on making the game an enjoyable experience and having a well-balanced, fleshed-out game, Hi-Rez has opted for short-term quick profit through promotions and crossovers. Having played a little bit of Season 8 now, I can say that to me, so much of this shit just seems out of whack and completely random, with Hi-Rez seeming to have zero idea on how to balance a MOBA 8 years into its development. When a new WA with her global auto-locking ult can do this to you, then we have a bit of a problem. Or better yet, have 2 people with global ults just combo you without ever having to leave the fountain.
I'm dead.
Clip 4,
3, 2, 1.
Do it, puppy! Do it! We can one-shot anyone that way. Like that, we can kill anyone. If they don't have H's, it's GG.
You literally kill them all. You want to do that next game?
Camp, I'm sorry, dude.
One go, new eye, one go.
I'm sure you are, Smisken. I'm sure you are. Keep in mind that they specifically made sure that this kind of stuff wouldn't happen with the On Assault. So much of this game is built on one-shotting, yet having someone take a chance with a slow-moving ult that offers some of the best utility in the game is crossing the fucking line. No amount of crossovers or promotions is going to be enough to cover up the fact that the game is a janky mess where snowballing and power creep are significant issues. Hi-Rez needs to stop trying to milk their player base and stop with the countless mobile games and spin-offs that disappear as fast as they appear. Like, where the fuck is Bot Smashers? Okay, so, small note, as I was looking for examples of the failed mobile games, Smite Rivals literally has 3 fucking tweets about the game. The first tweet was on January 6th of 2017, then they retweeted something, and then the last tweet was on January 10th. 4 fucking days. That has to be some kind of world record speedrun. Holy shit. What also triggers me is Hi-Rez's pandering to big streamers, like Keemstar, for example. Even more recent, Dr. Disrespect getting his own arena in Rogue Company for some reason. Wow, he must really play this game a lot then, huh? Let's go check out his YouTube. I'm sure that was worth the retweet, huh? But hey, at least they listened to Ninja. I could go into more detail about the track record Hi-Rez has with the community and how they discontinued the code for the allied icon that was meant to show support for a pro player that had died of cancer, and that they then stuck into a chest instead. Even though the chest is free, it's still a weird fucking move to pull. But I digress. Hi-Rez is a pathetic excuse for a developer. Truth be told, I don't want this game to fail. I want it to change. As it stands right now, the game is just boring, boiling down to who can nuke the squishies the fastest. Even with the changes in Season 8, I can only stomach this game when playing with friends. And even then, the game is really not the reason I play. Thanatos is ultimate.
Alright, watch this.
He's going on.
Watch this.
That was so
No way!
I got the best view of that.
So late as well.
When watching someone play Club Penguin on Discord becomes more interesting to the point where everyone realizes that you aren't cute for a game and simply opts to say nothing, then that's kind of a sign. I mean, granted,
Club Penguin's a fucking banger of a game.
Now across twice. No, you fuck.
there are so many bullshit mechanics in this game that are just annoying. Like cases of flat-out immunity to damage, auto-lock abilities, in a game where skill shots are supposed to be the main form of damage.
I knew Loki was behind us.
He's dead.
Alright, that's good.
Getting one shot with minimal effort and unfair resurrections that can't be countered. Thankfully, there's only one god with that ability. It just makes the game unfun and unrewarding. I could go on about the new player experience, or the fact that we still don't have a working, easily accessible replay feature, despite it being requested for years now. But all of that would just fall on deaf ears, and so there is no point. The community surrounding this game has its bad apples, as does any other. But for the most part, I have met a lot of really cool people throughout my time playing. And I wish everyone, whether you are a fan of the game, a player, or a content creator, the best of luck. I personally am done with Smite content. This game does absolutely nothing for me in terms of satisfaction from production. So, it's time to move on. Originally, I had planned on making this my biggest project yet, but after thinking about it, there's no point. Why would I spend another 100 plus hours editing a montage for a game I don't enjoy? And so I decided to not do it. And that is the end of this video. This video has taken way too fucking long to come out, mainly due to a variety of different reasons and also me rewriting a considerable amount of the script. But it's here now and that's all that matters. Moving forward, I plan on making content for a variety of different games that I actually enjoy. Great Betty, how about I fucking skip you, whore?
Callus is the basically commander of the Cabal army, which is the Cabal are basically a race. They're like the Rhino people, the Red Legion.
No one asked.
If you are interested in content for this game, then in the description I have left a series of links to people who I think would be worth your time. But for now, thank you for watching.